Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Tia Faith. In today's video, we are talking about budgets. Specifically, what is a budget? And I'm really excited to talk about this. I just got home and I was really excited to open my Excel sheet and do some updates and see where the numbers are, simply because we had some unexpected things come up, and then I budgeted more for some things and a little less for others. So I just really wanted to rerun the numbers and see what it was looking like. So let's go ahead and get started and go right into it. And what is a budget? And I'm going to read this verbatim. So a budget is a plan you write down to decide how you'll spend your money each month. I've said this before in other videos. Some of our largest corporations in the country and in the world are Apples, our Microsofts, or AMDs, or like even the government, all have budgets. If they have budgets, I would only think that it is natural that we need a budget. Like, if these guys are billion-dollar companies and they're managing their systems on where their finances is going, we probably need the same thing. Okay, so that's what a budget is. A budget is a written plan to decide how you're going to spend your money. And then there's different types of budgeting where you can do like a percentage base. I know a big one's like 50, 30, 20, or things like that. And it's basically what amount of your income you allocate towards like certain expenses. So 50 would be like household, 20% would be savings, and then like 30 would go towards like enjoying life or whatnot. And one thing that I'm a fan of, you guys know, we did the Dave Ramsey Snowball Method, and what he teaches is the zero-based budget. So let me tell you what that is. A zero-based budget, okay, I'm reading this verbatim. A zero-based budget is a budgeting method that assigns every dollar of income to a category, with the goal of ensuring all income is accounted for and that planned expenses are equal to the income. The goal of a zero-based budget is not to spend everything earned, but rather to intentionally allocate income to savings and other expenses, whether you're paying down debt or saving for some type of goal. I added that piece in there. But the goal of a zero-based budget is not to spend everything, but you are allocating every part of your earned income to a specific category. So I'm going to tell you what we do. I mentioned this in another video and I got asked the question, well, what is a loose budget? A loose budget is something that I made up. I don't know if other people out here are using the terms, but I call it a loose budget. We have our fixed expenses, things like our mortgage, our life insurance, our phone bill, the cost of daycare. I know how much that's going to cost every month. That is my non-negotiable. Things that fluctuate: gas, electricity or utilities in general, groceries. I have a pretty good grasp of how those things cost, but they go up or down. So I budget a set number for those expenses. $400 toward gas, $500 towards groceries. $500 is my cap on groceries. If we come in lower, I'm that much more happy. I'm not going to lie. So when I say loose budget, that's what I mean. And then the zero-based part of that is, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're doing for budgeting. And do you agree with me when I actually say that everyone needs a budget, or am I just like completely far off? So I have our fixed expenses, and then I have the things that fluctuate, and whatever is left over. I shouldn't say whatever is left over because I usually do my saving goals first, but we have an allocated amount that we would like to save every month. And then if anything comes up, that number is adjusted as needed. But in doing a zero-based budget, and people who do budgeting will tell you this, and it took me a while to realize this, especially when we first started budgeting. It took me a while. Leave yourself a cushion. Like, am I saying you should have $10K sitting in your checking account after you pay your bills, or $5K after you pay your bills? No. Put that money somewhere where it's going to benefit you, whether it's a high yield saving account or into an investment account. But I am saying leave yourself a good $200 to $500 in your checking account for unexpected expenses, or if for whatever reason everything is on the high end of the budget. You have that money to cover you, and you're not pulling out of your savings. Because I've said this in my last video, we used to pull from savings all the time. I had the intent and I wanted to save, but I wasn't leaving a cushion because I wasn't leaving any room in my budget. So leave a cushion. But that's what I see a loose-based budget as. I have my non-negotiables that aren't going to change that every month. And if they do, you can rest assured I'm looking with a fine-tooth comb to figure it out. But then I have things that fluctuate: gas, grocery, like utility bills and everything. And I budget on the high end, and then that's how we run our budget. It works for us. I'm not telling you this is what you have to do, because at one point we were very much restrictive. We haven't always been on this loose budget. And honestly, with like saving goals and the goal of paying off our house early and everything, we are trending more towards restrictive. But when we were actually paying off our debt, we were so restrictive to the point where we really focused on those cash envelopes. So like when the grocery money was gone, it was gone. When the gas money was gone, it was gone. So we were using cash, but then for like gas and everything, we would just do gift cards, those reusable gift cards, and put the money on that. And that way, that would help us keep our spending under control. And we weren't tempted having the debit card, just being able to swipe and do it that way. So we've done restrictive, and we were so restrictive when we did that, it put us in a place that we never wanted to go back to. So we are very grateful and appreciative of where we are now. And now, like I said, we are doing the loose budget with a zero base plan, if that makes sense. I really hope it makes sense. So what I'm saying for a loose base budget, if I had to define it on how I see it is, I'm still accounting for every dollar, and I'm making a plan on how our money is going to be spent. But I am not stressed or freaking out if things go a little left or a little right. If anything, I welcome and embrace that challenge to figure out how we are going to adjust. I'm very fortunate, grateful, thankful to be in a position like that. A budget, a plan on how you're going to spend your money, zero-based budget, accounting for all income coming in to a specific category with the intent of not spending it all. And then a loose-based budget, having your non-negotiables, but being willing and able to flex as needed to ensure that everything is covered. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're doing for budgeting. And do you agree with me when I actually say that everyone needs a budget, or am I just like completely far off? Because I would wonder, given the current economic situation, is it even possible for people to budget? And I think the answer is yes, because you have your expenses every month, like your phone bill, your rent, mortgage, whatever the case may be. And if you're working, then you have that income. So I'm assuming that you should be able to budget, but just let me know if I'm far off, and then go back and watch my video on why I think you actually need a budget and reasons why I think you should save. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.